a directory government. This was a government which was created after the reign of terror. I can tell you today, the directory government was formed by wise men in a country called France. In a country called what? France. To replace the National Convention government. It was formed after the end of reign of terror and the fall of Robespierre, July 1794. It ruled France for 4 years, from November 1795 to November 1799. But our key idea today, we are trying to analyze whether the directory government achieved or failed. Achieved or did what? Failed. That is very important. So among other achievements, we are saying it managed to end the reign of terror. We believe that the directory government managed to end the reign of terror, period of great fear and suffering, where the National Convention government was killing people. This was ended by the directory government, where people started living peacefully. Started living what? Peacefully. So we are saying the directory government managed to end the reign of terror. As the reign of terror ended, we are honoring the diplomats of the directory government for ending the reign of terror. Another one, it restored democracy and promoted constitutionalism. It restored democracy and promoted constitutionalism. Constitutionalism meant that by this time democracy was formed. Democracy was what? Formed. Where the voices of people had to be listened to. I can tell you, before the rise of the directory government, people's voices were not listened. But for the first time, democracy had to rise up in a country called what? Called France. I can tell you change is rising up here. Another one, it expanded the frontiers of France. We believe at a time when France needed to be great, it expanded the frontiers of France by conquering Italy. By conquering what? Italy. I can tell you the directory government sent a younger man, Napoleon Bonaparte, and he managed to conquer the Italian states. And by this time, this promoted the greatness of a country called France. Another one, it tried to improve the economy of France. We are saying today, the directory government tried to improve the economy of France by solving problems like inflation. Problems like what? Inflation. I can tell you poverty was the order of the day. But for the first time, this was solved by the directory government. Changes rising up. We are saying the directory government tried to achieve. Tried to do what? To achieve. I'll tell you one of my quotes, Kasoma Farouk of Uganda quote, where we say, in times of crisis, believe that you can. In time of crisis, believe that you do what? You can. So that's what we believe in. So we are looking at the directory what? Government. Another one, it reorganized the French army. You remember that this organized the army failed to win in the French Revolution of 1789. When the directory government came up, it reorganized the French what? Army. We are saying today, the French army was reorganized, and this raised the greatness of a country called what? Called France. Another one, it promoted the spirit of the revolution. We are saying today that the directory government promoted the spirit of the revolution, at a time when there was a need to raise the greatness of a country called France. The ideas and the spirit of the revolution were promoted. That is liberty, equality, and fraternity. These were promoted by the directorate government. Another one, it promoted reconciliation in France. It called upon enemies, those that were harbored in Austria. They were told to come back. They were convinced that nothing is going to be done to you. And by this time we are saying the spirit of reconciliation. Reconciliation, this is where you sit with your enemy. You sit with your what? And you solve your differences. The directorial government called upon those that were harbored, the nobles that were harbored outside, to come back and settle in a country called France. Then it restored the greatness of a country called France. At a time when France was at a low level, it was the directorial government that restored the greatness of a country, France, by conquering countries. Like which countries? Italy. Like Italy. And this raised the greatness of a country called what? Called France. Changes rising up. Another point, it saved France from dictatorship. I can tell you the dictatorship that had controlled France for so many years, France was saved from dictatorship. Changes rising up. Then it was successful in making peace with other European countries. It was successful in making peace with other European what? Countries. In other words, it called upon other countries to cooperate together at a time when they needed them most. They cooperated with them. Then it succeeded in suppressing the socialists. It succeeded in suppressing the socialists. All of these wanted political power, but they were suppressed by the directorial government because it was the new government in power. The new government in what? In power. So I can tell you the directorial government tried to achieve. Then it's credited for defending the state against the external invaders. It is credited for You can talk some. It is credited for defending the state against external invaders. Against external what? Invaders. It was successful for defending the state against external invaders. Against external what? Invaders. I can tell you the directorate government tried to achieve. Tried to do what? To achieve. And we are raising the greatness of the directorate government.